Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Smart Data Learners by datascientist.ca, and today we will be working on an emergency room data analytics. This data we got from the Kaggle website. We will provide the link, and this is publicly available data. So without any further delay, let's start. So first we will import the data. So this is a text file, Okay, let's import this data first. This dashboard will help us learn new topics relating to the time and time intelligence and all that. So we have the data here. Now in the first step we will transform that data. We will transform this data. So viewer, you see that this admission date is in a text field. So first of all we will change its type. Change type to, we will use locale function. I will explain further later on, or in another video. I have already created that. So here we will use the United Kingdom. So United Kingdom, and then we will use because we have three portions, date and time. So we'll use the date and time function. Let's do that. So it's converted. Patient's admission date is converted now. And in its next step, we will have to, let's duplicate that, because we need also the hours portion. So we made a copy of that, and we will change it to time only. Change type to time. So always remember, first we will convert the date to a proper date format with all of its ingredients. If there is a time available, then we will change it to a date time. So here we have the time ingredient, so we'll change the date time, and then now we only want the time portion. So now we can convert it to a time portion. Let's do that. So we have that, and now in the next step we want a new column, add column, custom column, and let's make it an hour, and then we will use the patient admission date copy. Why we are using the patient admission date copy? Because we convert it to a time portion, right? We could directly convert overall date to a time portion as well, but I thought it's step next. We created an additional step. First make it to time, and then into an hour. Let's see what. Let's see what happened. Let's discard changes and do that again. Go to transformation tab. Change its type. Using locale function. English United Kingdom and date and time. Okay, so we have done that. So next step is we will duplicate that column. And give it a name, hour. Let's add an additional column. Let's add a column, custom column. Let's do that. Hour. Okay, we will do that in a different way. Let's apply that without wasting more time. We can do it. Apply changes. New column. Let's do that. Okay, viewers. So we have created this column just to compare how this hour works. See, it's 22 hours, and you see in that belongs to a date 7/1/2023 and time is 10:29 p.m. So it's 22 hours. So it's rounded it to 22. Okay, so we will basically we'll check if these transformations are fine, then we will delete this column. We just need an hours column. So you see if This one is 1 p.m. so it's 13 hours. It's 12 p.m. it's 12 hours. So we will delete this column. Yes. And basically what we have to do is we cannot delete that. That was based on that. So what we can do is instead of that we can base it on admission date. Okay, so we made we basically did change the date. We were testing that. You see this, this is basically correct now. So we'll change this name to hour. Sorry for taking so much time on that, but this is an important part of that. So we have hour function, and we will go to the, let's go to the transform. And we'll use time interval. So we'll create a time interval function. Let's see if it works or not. So because we already have created the hours, and we'll create a new column, time interval. Let's change its name to so basically what we are using it, we are using this admission hour, which let's show you. Now I'll go to the table. You see, now we have created, we binned the hours into, categorized the hours into range of hours. For example, 10 to 12, 12 is equal to 10 to 12, 7 is equal to 7 to 8. So we have done this portion, and now we will go to the dashboard, and we create a date table. We will create a date table. Okay, so here we will, we are here, and then we'll create a Let's go there and create a new table. Table tools, and we will use our date function. So here we will use patient admission date. Basically we have a patient admission date. So what it says is that my minimum of check all the rows and select the minimum of the date and then the maximum of date and create a calendar filling out all the dates between these two dates, right? So we will create that. So we have that, and now we will need few more fields in it. We'll create a column tools, and in a new column we will create month name, so we created the month name table, new column. We'll create a new column, and here we will create a year name. So that would be our year name, and then we have a month number. New column would be the month number, and then we have a month and year. New column, month, year. And then we have a day. Then we need weekday. So basically, viewers, these are the fields, extra fields we need in a time in the date table. So we have created month name, year name, month number, and weekday. So, and we also need to create a day. New column would be weekday. Okay, so we want to sort these. You see, if we show in the graph, we want to show these by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we will sort these by weekday. Okay. Now we'll create our first. Let's begin to create our first visual and see how it looks like. We will use a matrix that will go here, and in the matrix we will use the date day. Will close this one. We will use a wait interval into the rows, right? You see, we have now this data here, and we want the top, we want to show the days. And the days we will take from here. Before we do that, viewers, let's go to the data modeling tab, and we will have to relate these two tables, and these two tables will be linked through patient admission date and this date. You see, viewers, that's an important part which I deliberately included in this. We need to create. Let's put this way. First, we'll go back here, and then we don't need a time field here, and then do not need a time field in the patients table. So what we will do is we'll convert this to a date field. New column, and we will use as a date only, and then we will take the date So what we have to do is we have to convert this to a date field only. Okay, viewers. Let's do that this way. Okay, so now we will go to the transformation tab, and in the transformation we will so basically what we have to do is we have to, because I think we are using this column, so we'll duplicate this column and we will change it to admission date, and change its type to date only, right? So convert that. Okay, now in this field date only, and here we have a admission date. Admission date and these now looks similar. You see both of these are I think that will work now because it only shows the specific dates information, no time dimension is here. Okay, so now we'll go there and we will use we have the time portion of that, and now we'll use the day portion from the date only. Columns we want let's convert the admission date transformation tab. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but why it's not showing here? Okay, so we have that. I don't know why it was not working before. We'll look into that. There are certain things which deserve our time. We will come back to this issue, but now we have, see, we have the days also, right? Week interval time and the days also. And now we want to show the patients during these time span and the days. So we will include the patient ID and we will count distinct. So we will see we have this data. Basically, we are counting this data at this time, how many patients we had, and we just format that. And we don't need their totals, row subtotals, grand totals, right? We're creating a visual which will, this is a tutorial, and in this tutorial we uncovered certain time, because we received the raw data which we downloaded from Kaggle, and then in this data we need to transform it into a date time field, and then we use this date time field and extract the hourly information from this data, and then we use this hourly information to categorize into wait time intervals, right? And into wait time intervals. So these are the intervals, and these are the days, and these are the patient during these time spans, and then we can further have yearly dates and filters. But first we will create this, and then second visual we need is a graph that will show consolidated data for certain days, and in this we will use the day information from date table in the x-axis and patient count on the y-axis. So patient count, for the patient count, unique count, we need patient ID. Patient ID, we have that, and now we will just format that. We don't need a title, we don't need header icons, we don't need tooltip, and in visuals we don't need these values, and for the y-axis we don't want to show these values, we don't want to show the counts, and now we will accordingly top of these but we need a tooltip. I think tooltip is always good to have that, and we also need to show the data labels. and title, let's say, and in the title we will say patients by days and hours. We'll create that. Patients, days, and HOURS, hours. So the next thing we will do is we'll group these. First of all, save this file. We'll give it a name, tutorial emergency room. CS Analytics. So here we have emergency room analytics. So basically we created these two, and now select this one. Both of these two we selected, and we will make these, we'll group. We have grouped these. So basically both of these are now grouped. And another thing we can make for our more ergonomical looking, we can do, let's do that first. First ungroup it, and it's let's change its format, and in the effects, we can change the gradients color. Let's use this color light this way, and the highest is okay. let's see what the gradient looks like. So basically what it will do is when there are less patients it will be lighter, and the more patients it will be darker. So that's what we have done, and the same thing we can apply here. And we can use the cell elements. You see, now we have applied the same portion. Okay, so we have applied this, and you see in the top level we have the darkest ones, and 23 to 24 we are having lesser. Okay, and let's do one more thing, and we will meet in another video next in the next session. Let's change this to hours. Okay. Okay, so we will see, let's meet in our next session. So we have completed first portion, and in this session we covered some time intelligence formatting. We convert the date time to into another column, only the hours portion of that, and then we use this hour portion to create a time interval, and use the time interval in this matrix table, and also use the days. We sorted the days, as we show you how we can sort that. Sorting, we can do that all in this video, and then we created another. So it's a beautiful visual, and we will work on the remaining visuals in our next session. Thank you and have a great day. Okay, viewers, welcome now. As we completed our previous two visuals, that is hours and months, and then the count of patients during this point of data points, and then also we completed patients by days without the hours, so total patients by a day, and then total patients by month, a day and hour. So now we will begin to complete the remaining portion of this dashboard. So let's stay. We need your attention, and as you know, in the previous session we spent a lot of time on the data cleansing, data formatting, and data transformation, and that really deserved the our in-depth attention. And you see, I didn't omitted any of these steps, and I showed you where there are chances of making some errors and how we can correct these. So let's start. Okay, so we have these two portions here. Now we will begin with the uh, remaining measures. So let's start. We will open this, and we have admission hour. So the next we will create is admission status. So we'll create a new measure. That will be basically, there are a lot of columns in this. New column, and that is admission status. So if hospital data patient administration admission status flag is equal to true, then admitted, else not admitted. So create that. Next is our age group. New column, and then we have average wait time. New column, average wait time. Let's see if it need that, or I think we need to create it should be a measure. Let's do the next one. Number of patients. So basically these are just the distinct count of patients. Then we have patients referred. Patients referred, and we will also create a column. Patients referred. Satisfaction store, satisfaction score. We will create also Meyer as well. You know, guys, viewers, you know there is a difference between Meyers and columns, because column we create calculated columns. And wait time interval. New column, wait time interval. And then we will have a wait time target. Oh, I think we already created wait time interval, so we don't need that. We need a column wait time target. So basically the target is to serve the patients within 30 minutes. But we'll see what the data revealed. Okay. Okay, well, first we will start with the patients by race. Because we have these fields here. So I hope we have provided the a link to the actual raw data as well as in the transformation. So all these fields are available. Let's quickly review here again. You see, we have a patient ID, patient date, patient first name, initial, patient race, patient department referred, patients admission flags, patient satisfaction score, patient wait time, admission date. So we have all these fields. So now we will first create a chart which will show patients by race. So let's begin. Here we'll use patient race, y-axis and the number of patients in the x-axis. And the next thing, we want to format that as is always. We will use the gradients and number of patients by race. So we'll give a title, patients by race. So basically, viewers, that is the main goal is of creating all of these to work in a different domains and finding, using to create to let our viewers learn the different visuals available and how can we fully utilize these. Patients by race. And the next chart is patients by department referred. So we'll copy this one. So main you see the we have spent a lot of time on the data cleansing, but now I hope the remaining portion will not be that time consuming. So we'll copy the same chart, and that will, here we will use the department referral. Department referral and number of patients. Patients by department referral. We'll change the title. Department referral. And next we have patient by age group. So basically what we will do is we'll copy this, because when copying the existing chart help us to have the same formatting, right? Patients by age group. And we want to show the let's see. Okay, so we have our patients by age group. Let's title patients by age group. Okay, so we have these values here also. Okay, so now next we will move to patients by gender. Patient gender, we will take it from n number of patients, and we will format that to go with the color scheme we have. So viewers, that's the color scheme I'm using, so it can be changed according to the preferences. So we'll go slicers. We can change the slicer and let's see what we want to show. Let's remove the legend, and we can further slicer data labels. We want to show the category and percentage of total, right? So if female are 48.69% and male are 51%, and we can change its title to patients by gender. Okay, so now we'll create one more patients by admission status. So here we will use the cross tab matrix tab, and we can use here admission status, number of patients in the values, and here we want to show value show as percentage of grand total. And in the columns we will change the column names, bit of that. And here we use the patients, and now we will use the percentage of total. Okay, so now look much better. Here we will use a small another small visual. Let's see that. We'll just copy this and we will use the admission status here, and use the admission. Okay, so we have, let me see why it's giving us the same. Somehow there is a little difference. It's 4612, but the below is 4. Okay, the data is 4612, and it's, so we want to show here. Yeah, the patients are right. Okay, so this data is correct. Let's move forward to the patients seen within 30 minutes. I think we will use this real estate on the right side. Let's make it bigger. We're almost done, viewers. That is, this requires a lot of practice, but the major chunk of our time is basically consumed on once we have data from websites like Kaggle. There are a lot of cleaning needed to be done, and that's what we did in previous session. So now we have a clean data, so that's why we are progressing very fast. Okay, so we have that. will expand it, and now we have the patient seen within 30 minutes. So we'll copy that and then we will remove that. Wait time target. So we will remove that and we will use wait time. Sorry, wait time target, and we'll change the color of the slicers to match what we have. I know this is not the ideal color, but you can change according to your preference. So slicer target missed, let's make it these, and target within target within target. Okay, save it. Now we will have patients by, we have already completed that, patients by days and hours, and now let's make it we'll do that later on. Let's KPIs, small charts. We will show the data by days. Area chart. So here we will use the area chart to create small numbers to show at the top. So here we will use in the area chart by date table. In the hierarchy we will use day in the x-axis, and the y would be number of patients. And patients by day, title would be patients. Basically, it's not a day, it's Okay, so this is a month's day, 1 2 3 30. So these are these, and we format the lines by the color of our scheme. Color we will use as usual, patients by day, and okay, patients by day. And now we want to show the total patients here. So we will use a small card, and in the formatting, and the data we want to show is the number of patients, 92, and the values, call out values would be I think 9 or 14, and we don't want to show the category label. Call out value can be bigger. Okay, that looks nice. And then let's general, we want to show it in the back, so that's how it looks like. So these, we have patients by day, okay. So we will copy the same and then create another one. We'll align later on, right now let's have everything here, and then we'll change it. Let's make it the same way as we have. So here we will choose, the next is average wait time. So average wait time is basically we have we will use the patient wait time here. We will use average, okay, and then we will use the formatting, line color Mhm. And then we will use the same card here, and here we'll use wait time average. Instead of patients, we'll use the patient wait time average. There we go. So that is done also. So these are viewers, these are very important KPIs which management really interested in. What they want to see is basically patients by day, patients average. This is average wait time. So let's change the title. We're almost done. Title would be average wait time. We have now the patient satisfaction score. Let's copy this and patient satisfaction score. And then again small card here as well, and we need satisfaction score. .99. So this is basically, it's 4.99 is an average patient satisfaction score, patients referred. So let's move this a bit. And now we need patients referred, how many patients they referred. Title would be patients or EFFERED referred, and patients referred. Okay, and now again the card, and that will give us patients referred, 32816. Let's see what does it entails. So basically what it calculates is patients referred is able to calculate count rows of the hospital ER data where hospital ER data department is equal to not equal to none. So none means they are not referred, but all others are should be selected here. So we have done that. Now let's put some two filters and save it. Slicer, we'll put two slicers. Let's first create the one. And it has year data. We will show it by slicer setting drop down. Okay, and then we will have okay, so we have patients referred, patients by day, patients average wait time, and patient satisfaction score. So basically it's a title, SCORE, score, satisfaction score, patients referred. We'll save that. We'll copy the same and then we will use and here we will use the month. Instead of year, we will use a month. So we can select year and then we can select so when there is not enough data, you will see a let's see what else we can do. Give me some. We have to give a title. text box, hospital emergency room dashboard, I hope viewers you are following this, and this is a very good practice because you that helps to learn data cleaning, data formatting, and then utilizing this data into value addition dashboards for management. Emergency room DASHB dashboard, and we'll make it let's make it, yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so we'll save that and we will tweak a little bit to okay, so let's format that. So basically viewers, one more thing, we will day show items when there is no data. Always do that, because even if there is no data, show the empty columns. Let's so this is in the month of July, and you see the dark shades automatically changes where the numbers are there. Where the more patients, it will be more darker. So that is the beauty of this visual. And there is a lot of formatting can be done, but I think we let's do few things and then we will wrap it up. It's a monthly view. We'll create another chart, we'll create another table. Let's hospital emergency room, and here we will use the tabular data, and we will use . 。    。  . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . 。 . . 。 . . 。 。 . 。 . 。 。 . 。 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 .
。
filters here. And here we will use the admission date. Patient admission date. Yeah, that's what we will use. And in this chart we will use patient information. Patient ID, patient first initial, patient last name, patient gender, patient race, wait time in minutes, minutes, wait time in minutes, patient race, and admission status. So these are the fields we have. Here we can, and also we can add one more slicer to search the patient. Oh, I think always deselect where you are when you so we can search patients by their last name. We can use patient last name, and then we'll use by slicer settings to drop down, Okay, so this is our monthly view where we can select by different parameters, and we can, one more thing, we can add a button to move between two pages. Let's do that. So we will add a navigator, page navigator. And we will name it patient details. And here we'll add another button. And pages, so basically we can do this way, and perhaps we can do this way, so we can navigate between these pages. So if we want to details, we can go to details. If we want to monthly view, we can go back to monthly view. So viewers, there is a lot of formatting needed, but I think we will leave our video here, and I will provide a link to this file as well as the data set, and you can try it for the formatting of these charts and graphs and different colors. So so I think because that will require I think another video, so I will stop my video here, and please, if you like this video, please subscribe our channel and share and like this video as well, and do practice on this data set. I will provide a link this data set can be downloaded from Kaggle, and then you can use as we explained in the first session, how we transformed the data. First we transformed the date time fields, and then utilized that date time field into hours, and then we categorize these hours by different durations. So that's it for today. Thank you very much and have a great day.